Hello from my treatment room. I thought I'd make a video from here today where if I just lean over a bit, my product shelf makes it look like I've got a halo. Marvellous. Anyway, product is what I want to speak about with regards to menopause and the fact that as a menopausal woman, I feel as if every time I go onto my social media channels, I'm being sold something. I'm being sold a vitamin that's the answer to my prayers, another vitamin that's the answer to my prayers, skincare that's the answer to my prayers, apparently, exercise programs, the whole lot. And in truth, I would probably say, I was just chatting with a colleague before I came in to do this. I was just chatting with Laura, and I have got no idea how much money I've spent over the last 10 years on products that I thought were the answer. Products and retreats and workshops that I thought were the answer, when really what I needed to do was what I'm doing now, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But basically, the premise of this video is to give you guidance and give you signposts in order for you to not spend the thousands of pounds that I think I've spent on supplements and vitamins and shakes and books that I thought were the answer. I get all my books out of the library now, tip from the top. It's so confusing because when you reach 40, I had another conversation with a lady yesterday. We get no guidance on how to do this. You're presented with a myriad of symptoms. Your body starts reacting in a completely different way to the way it's reacted before, and we're basically not given a blueprint to say this is what you should be doing and this is how you should look after yourself. So I'll tell you what I'm doing now. The two best resources that you could look up straight away and go, oh my God, that is mind-blowing information. I wish I'd known this before. Two people. One, in January, I discovered a woman called Pippa Campbell, and she released a book, and I went and got it out of the library. And then I went and took it out of the library again and got them to renew it, because it was just like, this is actually mind-blowing with regards to if your body is reacting this way. It could be because you're estrogen dominant, it could be because you're insulin dominant, it could be because you're thyroid condition dominant. And it was like, wow. Now we can see what the trends are doing now. So all the people that were selling all these posh multivitamins and going, oh yeah, I feel fabulous taking this vitamin that's an £80 subscription a month. I don't think so. Not when there's a cost of living crisis on as well, eh? They must be panicking, because the new thing that's actually the proper thing to be doing is watching your glucose in your blood sugars. And that's what started my journey in January, when I went to my GP, because I was like, look, I'm in a calorie deficit. I'm doing everything that I can. I'm still getting these power surges, and sometimes my body is burning up, but my hands and feet are freezing. Now that must be a sign of some kind of hormonal imbalance somewhere. So what is it? So they did my blood sugars, and then it turns out that my blood glucose levels and my blood sugar levels, even fasted, were through the roof. And I then got diagnosed as being insulin resistant, which means that my love of Scooby snacking and grazing every time I ate was making insulin release into my body, and then my body didn't know what to do with it. So guess what? It's all getting stored in my stomach. Great. This is my story, okay? Don't listen to this and go, that's me too. Do your own work. Read Pippa Campbell's book. Do your own research, okay? So, as I said, the whole multivitamin industry must be panicking, because now people are realizing that it is actually all about the individual person as opposed to going for this mass branding situation. So instead of just like everybody taking the same vitamin and feeling fabulous, apparently it's not going to work for everyone. The law of averages says it's not going to work for everyone. It's like HRT is not going to work for everyone either. Some people it'll be like, oh, thank God. And other people it'll be like, I still feel crap. Why is this happening to me? And then their journey starts again and again, and you start leapfrogging from this thing to the next thing to the next thing. And I'm going to try and help you not do that. So you've seen it. Davina's made goodness knows how many programs, hasn't she? It's amazing, right? But we're still talking about menopause and we're still no further forward 3 years after the first program that she did went out. But now even Davina's on board with monitoring your blood sugars, because a few weeks ago she did a workout, and it was quite on purpose, I'm sure. She had the big yellow Zoe patch on her arm, which is quite clearly where her glucose monitor was. You see some people who are diabetic, they wear these little white dots on here, and it gives information to their phone to tell them when they need to inject insulin, possibly. To help them throughout their day. Anyway, so she's got the glucose monitor on that's doing the same thing. It's tracking how her body's reacting. So Zoe, ZOE, it started off basically as a COVID monitoring group, and then it's evolved, and it's brilliant. So if that's the way that you want to go, excellent. Go and invest in that, but make that investment because it's worth it. What I did was, on the back of reading Pippa Campbell's book. Now, I love Pippa Campbell, she's fantastic, but I'm Scottish. Why do I single that fact out? Well, because some of the foodstuffs that we eat up here in Scotland, it's very, very different from the diet and the foodstuffs that are further down south where things are warmer. So I, as a Scottish woman, I'm less inclined to go and seek out seaweed sheets, but I'm definitely going to go and seek out mackerel that I can make into a patty and eat with oatcakes. So what I did was, off the back of reading Pippa's amazing book, I've got another client who comes to see me, who every time she comes in and she looks amazing, I'm like, right, you need to tell me what you're doing immediately. And she'd found this nutritionist called Cara Redpath. Now, Cara lives in Oban, and she's actually a paediatrician. So she's a doctor, and paediatric health is her speciality. But obviously with paediatric health comes the parent health as well, because that's what she's dealing with. So that's how her journey started, with looking after women to enhance fertility, but also working with women like me who are really struggling to regulate their sugar. So basically, I think my investment with Cara and all the other tests that I'm getting privately done, it's coming in just short of £1,000. I'm going to be straight up about that. But the way that I see it is, the investment that I'm making in myself now in finding out exactly what my body needs and exactly how my body reacts is going to stop me spending thousands of pounds in the future carrying on this journey of going, it's this shake I need, it's that supplement I need, it's this diet book, it's this thing, because I'm just going to keep getting confused. So I just decided to outsource and get a professional in. So I'm getting blood work done, I'm getting other samples done as well, which is going to absolutely and utterly map out how my body's reacting, where I am hormonally, to save me leapfrogging from one thing to the other, because that's basically what it is. So the best thing that you can do for yourself, if right now, is go and get that book by Pippa Campbell, because you'll read it and you'll go, honestly, I swear to God you will. The second thing would be, think about if you can make an investment in yourself to either A, join Pippa Campbell's food club, which is about £30 a month. Yeah, so £30 a month, and you get guidance on the Facebook group online as well. I haven't done it because I chose to go down Cara Redpath's route, but you can go into Pippa's site and see it. And by the way, this is not affiliated or anything like that. I'm not, do you know what I mean? I'm going to put links to my book and Pippa's book, and I'll be very honest with you, I am an Amazon affiliate for the book links, right? But me telling you about Pippa Campbell and going to her website is not me trying to sell you that. Me telling you about Cara, I'm not trying to sell you that. I'm just trying to say what I think would be a logical step forward to actually find out what your individual blueprint is, instead of going, no, it's that tablet I need. So if you think about it, some of these vitamins that are being advertised at like £80 a month, £40 a month, right? £40 a month times 10 is £400. By the end of the year, that's £500. Well, that's how much I've spent on my appointments with Cara. So and the information that I've got from her is just amazing. So have a think about it. I realise that when I make these videos, I'm just speaking off the top of my head. If there's anything that I can specifically help you with, then please answer in the comments and I'll do my very, very best to help out. But if you are in your 40s, save yourself an absolute fortune by not falling down all the supplement and vitamin rabbit holes. If I had known when I hit 40 what I know now, it would have saved me so much ugly crying and so much worrying and so much loss of confidence. You know, if somebody just pulled me aside and said, right, you need to start looking after yourself differently. Because as women, we change hormonally, and even though you're still getting your period regularly, don't be fooled by the fact that there's not a hormone square dance going on in your body, because that's unwittingly what was happening to me. I had no idea at the age of 42 what perimenopause was. It wasn't until I reached 48, 49 when I hit menopause that I was like, that's what's been happening to me. That's what this baffling range of symptoms has been. I seriously didn't have a Scooby-Doo. So, as I said, if there's anything I can specifically help you with, then message and I will do my very best to answer those questions. But save yourself a lot of worry and an absolute fortune by speaking to the right people and really dialing in on how your body's reacting to certain food groups. I wrote about this in my own book that I wrote during lockdown, about how foods with a really high glycemic index, anything that gives you a sugar spike, was just making me feel utterly crap. And reading Pippa's book, finding out about what Cara's been saying, it's like, yeah, I was onto something there. Save yourself an absolute fortune, save yourself an awful lot of ugly crying, get Pippa's book, message me. I'm not saying that I'm the answer to your prayers, I'm not at all, but I've been there, and if I can save you going there, job done. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!